Morning everybody. We're going to carry on, not speedrunning, but climbing the rating ladder all the same. We've now reached 1006 and it's going to be a funny one this morning because I was meant to be up 2.5 hours ago or something like that for a regular call, and I just overslept and missed it. So I'm all blurry. The weather's absolutely ghastly. It's like warm. It's like 20 Celsius, but raining constantly, and damp. This is Egypt, right? Yeah. Masr. Okay, we're going to go normal stuff. We'll probably get an Italian. You get lots of Italians. Oh, we've got Spanish. Excellent. Right, I don't know what I'm going to do, so I'm going to play the fianchetto defense, which Jose, my mate, recommended recently, and apparently it's quite tricky for white to deal with. I've never played it in my life, but it's a speed run. I'm also sporting what appears to be a full beard now as well. Now, I do have the option of going in and annoying the queen and the bishop. We'll probably end up with a trade of knights in the middle. I need to consider what happens if he takes and I take, and I will take with B, because if I'm going to fianchetto my bishop, I think I'm happy with this. So, the point is, I'm tired, I'm blurry. I had one coffee. The opponent has now locked his bishop outside of the compound and his queen within. So, this bishop doesn't have many places to run. If it goes here, I could actually take it out. I think I should probably think about developing my knight and castling. The issue with the Spanish here is that they threaten to remove the knight being the defender of e5, but now we've got a fianchettoed bishop which defends e5, which is quite nice. So I don't know anything about the theory on this, so I'm like you, we are doing this blind. I'm also quite drawn to d6 and bishop g4, pinning the knight on there. Because here I've already decided if white takes with the bishop, I'm going to recapture with the b pawn towards the centre, giving me a bit of spare central pawn support. It's kind of clear. Come and say hello to everyone. Come on. So, daughter's husky, stepdaughter's husky, is with us. Oh, right. We have an incursion of a knight, boys and girls. Now that stops me doing that. Interesting move. Of course, he's not developing or castling while he's busy doing this. And we need to say, well, what's going to happen if I just kick with f6 or h6? See, I still have these options as well. You never know, right? I could even put my bishop here and recapture with a bishop in case of having to long castle. See, f6 isn't the end of the world, because f5 is a very natural looking pawn break anyway, considering this is like my opponent's foremost pawn, right? It's a central pawn, and I have the bowstring loaded and drawn back on the f-file. If I short castle anyway, I'm going to have a rook on f8. So I don't see a massive problem with f6 and then later f5, because I'd probably play that anyway. And it's not like this costs me a move, because the knight has to skedaddle, doesn't it? So let's say I do this. He's not going to take there, he loses his knight. He's not going to go there because king takes. He's not going to go there because bishop takes. So what's he going to do? Yeah? Can I see anything wrong with this? Anything else and I just take the knight. So I think he has to go back to f3. So yeah, Jose was saying you should look into this. This is a lesser known defense against the Roy Lopez, rather than the Schliemann/Janisch. And as we've seen, I've had a couple of very, very interesting over-the-board games recently using the same line in the Janisch, but damn, it's sharp, isn't it? So I don't know. And there he moves back. So what's he achieved? What he's achieved is two things, right? He's given black the initiative, because now it's me to go, right? The ball is in my court. So I am going to decide whether I'm going to go, for a long forehand to the baseline or try and chip over the net. So I have that, it's not a press. There's nothing pressing on me. No. So like in tennis, when you see this and you see an opponent makes a good shot and the other guy just manages to kind of block it and get it into the court, and now it's kind of just floating over the net. And now it's who's got the initiative, right? Are they going to do a big overhead or whatever? You know which player's in charge of the point. Now I'm in charge of the point. The other thing is that he's caused this pawn to go from here to here. So what? I mean, this was my plan anyway. I have a bad bishop right now because I've got dark squared central pawns. However, one thing we know about fianchetto bishops is life changes, it rearranges. I didn't really consider h6. Maybe I should have considered it a bit more. But this looks kind of natural. This also looks kind of natural. Kicking this bishop back looks kind of natural too. Here, and then what? This is something we very often go over in lessons. Sorry. If I do this and pin the knight, and my opponent kicks, or at least asks the question, what are you going to do? Is your intention to take the knight, or are you just going to run away? Now, this is not necessarily a bad thing, if you've prompted a weakening in the opponent. Let's just play this. Let's see how we get on. So this is Osama 010173, a youngster, 2 months younger than me, if that's his birthday. Lots of Osamas in Egypt. My sister used to live in Cairo. Fascinating country, really is. So, how are we doing? How are we doing in the... Hello, sweetheart. You coming up? Come and say hello to the boys and girls. Come on. She's an absolute darling. Come and say hello to everybody. Come here. Come on. Nope, she doesn't want to jump up. Okay, develops. Makes perfect sense. Now, if we kick at a bishop now, he's got a reasonable square there on c4. Which is kind of annoying. It stops my king from castling. I should probably just play this move. If the knight comes in, I can take him out. If the pawn then attacks this knight, but the knight's not pinned because I stuck my bishop in the way. My knight could always go here too. So right now, although this is 1000 level play, things feel normal. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You'll get positions like this at many levels. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if f6 was an inaccuracy on my part. It may well have been. But this is the kind of, this is a bishop outside pawn chain. His pawns look great, by the way. Very tidy pawns. Developed knights. Slightly odd queen on e2. Slightly odd there. I, on the other hand, have got 4 minor pieces out. Now, we just talked about this, didn't we? So, let's break it down. Break it down. Are you threatening to take my knight? Well, then queen takes. No, you're not going there. Queen takes. Got my queen off the back rank. I'm ready to castle either side. He's done me a favour, if anything. And what's more, he's gone 1, 2, 3, and I just go bite. Ooh, and the knight's off the board and taking three important turns with it. Okay? Because this knight has gone knight c3, knight d5, that's move 8 and 9. If he then captures on the next turn, that's move 10. So moves 8, 9, 10, up in smoke. Just like that, they're gone. You know? He's not going to take here because he just loses material. I'm still thinking about annoying that bishop, but then it goes back to c4 and like, I don't know. If I take the knight and pawn takes, I can stick my knight here, targeting c2. But my knight's kind of running out. Or the pawn takes, I pivot round here, then attacking the pawn again a second time. So let's castle the king, because I don't see a reason not to, and say to white, what you doing? You know? Okay, he develops. This is interesting. Okay, I'm still toying with this idea, because this will open up the e-file. Now, who's on the e-file? Anyone important? Yaha! His Maj. There is, however, a load of space debris also on that file. But if takes this or this, we have tension between the bishops. He'll probably bite and capture. I like, you know, because I've just got castled. He just hasn't. So I don't know about this move. Oh, actually, but this move still attacks the pawn, doesn't it? I go here, snap, snap. He has to defend his pawn. How's he going to defend his pawn? c4? I'm also attacking the c2, but it is defended by the queen. Or I can play the more conservative knight e7, come around and attack the pawn from that way. Also, notice this fianchetto bishop, right? We said that f6 could be followed by f5 at some point. e4 can follow at some point. And then suddenly my bishop becomes very splendid indeed. So, question. Raymond. Here? Don't see any real... I mean, it might prompt a pawn kick. And I won't be sorry to see my opponent castle long, though, because of this good bishop that I have pointing that way. That bishop's kind of committed. Oi, oi, oi. That's not going to sound good, is it? Okay, so let's just play it close to our chest. We'll move backwards. So I've got 7.5 minutes now. Are we seeing 1000 level play on white side of the board? Well, 11 moves he hasn't castled yet. And he's moved, again, a developed piece another time. I actually have b5 right now. Right now I have b5 because it's defended by my own bish. So he's defending this pawn. I could push a5 and then b5 because he can't move back because then this. So let's throw that in quickly. It's also de-encourages long castles. The fact that I've made an early start on my queenside pawn storm. And okay, d4. He didn't think for too long about that. Now he probably saw this, right? He's a 1000 rated player. He probably saw this. So if I do this now, he's going to have to stick his bishop back in there. But what if I do this? Okay, so here's my thinking. b5. He sticks his bishop back here, and then I say, oh look, pawn fork, right? Which is a move I'm considering anyway, pushing e5 to e4. But that doesn't... Skylar, wait, come here. Not bad. That doesn't work because bishop just takes the pawn, right? But if I do the pawn first, then he moves his knight away, yeah? Then I do this. My pawn's got in there first. Do you know what I mean? And he can't come here, and he can't come here. So he's got that. None of which is particularly appealing. And then comes b5. And now, that's my glove. That's my gardening glove. And this isn't helping. Yeah? Oh, well, that was my miscalculation, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Because he's got his queen and his bishop lined up. There you go. There we go. Morning chess. Welcome to the comedy of errors. Okay. Right, so I'm going to take this free pawn. We're all balanced up. Opponent still isn't castled. Okay, now he pins my knight on my king. Fair enough. Right, I can defend 1, 2, 3 ways. I'm liking pawn. It does block in the bishop, but then moving the bishop kind of ties down the bishop as well. I think pawn. I'll probably play king h8 so that I can... Oh, wow. Well, that backfired. Okay, I can't move... I'd love to do that and then fork, so I'm going to... But he's attacking this pawn, isn't he? Okay, I'm going to stick my queen here to defend the pawn, rather than e7. And I know this is an open file, but I feel like I'd like to stick a rook on that open file at some point. Okay, this, and then I am threatening like that. We have had opponents supposedly around 1,000 rated, playing much higher than their rating on this series so far. I can tickle the knight and open up my bishop at the same time. So yeah, threatening to take this. Queen or pawn recaptures, and that should just win material because it's supported by pawn. That's my current tactic, and I'm sticking with it. Unless something better comes along. I'm a pawn down, no? So what did I miscalculate here then? That... Hang on. Scrap all that idea. So he's just given me the bishop pair. No bad thing. Right, he's attacking this pawn again. Which obviously merits being defended. I've got double pawns, isolated pawns in the middle too. I've got a couple of moves with the queen that can defend that pawn. Technically even this one, but if he takes and takes, it does undouble my pawns. This move will come at some point. Opens up my bishop, but actually doesn't really do much to help this bishop. Skylar. I think we just maybe do the quiet this. Going back here, so I did that, and I thought that won material. I know, forget it. All right, he's piling up. He's piling up on me. What are you going to do? So it's two attackers on this pawn. I kind of have to do this, don't I? That's an open file. That's a semi-open file. This bishop can drop back. That's not an issue. Can this... Right, this... You see, this bishop here is undefended, so I... Stop it now. So I need to be careful that this bishop can't move with a serious threat. If it comes in here, like I can take, he can take. Nothing great there. I think I should just, though, be sticking a rook on this open file anyway. My bishop might always jump back there. These two pawns are undefended here. This is defended, everything else is defended. Two undefended pawns. This is a square. Yeah, that's just complete miscalculation. thinking that he was out of squares. If my queen was there or had anything else defending b5, I'd have been alright. Okay. Well, we've got a game on our hands, haven't we, guys? What are you doing? What are you doing, you nutter? Come and say hello to everybody. She's only a puppy. She's only a few months old, aren't you, sweetheart? Yeah? Okay, we have a4. There we go. a4. Still undefended, these. I think rook a b8 looks okay. This kind of looks okay. I'm still not unsure about this move. It's got two attackers on here, it's got two defenders. Okay. If I do this, he's probably just going to push. Rook here. I'm definitely worse. Ain't no question about that. And I'm down to 4 minutes. I'm going to have to play. Could have our second loss of the series. There we go. Quick move from opponent. Hangs a knight though. Oi, dickhead. She just wants to play, doesn't she? Yeah. So. That 8 seconds he thought for that, and again just didn't. It's all about what you don't think about. This isn't about super depth of calculation. It's this. You know, these are one move issues, and it's frustrating. You know. Okay. One attacker, one defender. This is fine. Defended. I have this maybe. I have this. There's no actual call to retreat my queen yet. I mean, she's holding back the c-pawn. I have this actually. Let's do this move. It's anchored there. It's on a secure square. I am kind of looking at that pawn. Okay, well, let's trade queens. Sod it, trade queens. I'm up material. No brainer. Right, now we have doubled isolated pawns on the f-file, got an isolated h-pawn. Happy days. For me. Okay, bishop's looking at this. Do I want to defend it? Or do I want to counterattack and go after this? I'm +2 right now. Now this is kind of in the way of some potential passed pawn action. So rook a8. Yeah, I'm gonna be sensible. I'm gonna try and do this. I'm gonna try and use my extra bishop, because at this point in the game, right, you get into the ending and you have to say to yourself, if my opponent is going to win this game, right, I'm better right now because I've got the more material. If my opponent is going to win this game, what's got to happen? Well, it's going to be these. It's going to be this pawn. This is the only imbalance that's in his favour right now in the game. What I don't like about this move is that it stopped this dark squared bishop that I had such high hopes for from getting into the game. Now, if I come in here, I'm kind of liking this move too. Hits the rook. If the rook goes there, we trade. If the rook goes there, I fork rook and the pawn on f3. It's just a tic-tac. Okay, I'm just trading then. Right, trading down. I'm up material, I'm trading down. There's nothing complicated about this. Okay, got to be careful about the back rank. It might be time to activate the king and bring it into f8, even f7. These pawns aren't actually too dangerous because these are the only two that can move and either one can be taken out. So I have time to activate kingy. Right, well this is defended. I can do this. Or this. Rook a6 means that if this pawn should move, my rook still defends that. So I think that's fine. Might even drop my bishop back and shoo the rook away. King f7 also shoos the rook away and guards the infiltration squares, which are these. There's only one open file on the board, as you can see. Okay, this I'm not too worried about. He might come here, I come across. Kings can bully rooks. Okay. So, is this your plan? That there? I really want to activate this extra bishop. Right now I've kind of got him pinned down, but his rook is behind my lines. I could just even move the king up to here. I quite like that actually. Then he does this and attacks my bishop, skewers the bishop on the pawn. Do I just drop the rook back? I think we just drop the rook back and defend the 7th rank that way. I'm still liking this move a bit. Okay, so there's one attacker on here. King here solves it, but then this, but then this. So king here. Yeah, I'm just trading off. Now I can stick my bishop here, and we've now neutralized this pawn on c3. Okay? I believe we have. Is it time to bully this bishop away as well? I do not know. I mean, this puts 2 attackers on the pawn. He can't summon another defender, so he kind of has to push. That doesn't work. Does this just win the pawn then? Is he going to come down here? Let's just defend that pawn again. This is still a nice, pretty move. This is a pretty move because I think it wins the pawn. If it pushes, rook takes. Bishop e7 just feels like I'm really enclosing the king and giving it a nice cuddle. Also defends his pawn, which is important because right now the king's the only defender. I think we're okay, but I am down to 1 minute 49, so best get a blooming shift on. Okay. Pawn hangs. Doesn't hang anymore. Let's attack it. Right, I'm now going to start to move a little bit quicker. I don't think you can save that pawn, which is critical. Because again, we come back to that question. If white is going to have a chance of winning this game, what has to happen? Okay, now I'm not sure about. I'm going to try and trade off. Let's try and trade off rooks. You can go back here or here or here or here. If you trade, I think it's curtains. Okay. I can chuck in a check. I drop my bishop back to... I think actually this is alright. It's still this square. I'm liking this square. I'm liking this idea of blockading these pawns here. These pawns can't do anything. 2 minutes 24. And now it just comes down to not screwing up. My king is snug as ever going to ruck. He's cool. Everybody's cool. This even, defended by the bishop. Should this pawn move, but his pawns ain't got nothing. Bishop here I like. Yeah, I thought opponent played very, very solid and outplayed me in that middle game bit because I was just too dopey. And then he just blundered. And that is what decides all these games. It's an absolute pain. Okay, is he going to come across and try and do this? But then I have h5. I have king here to defend my rearmost pawns. This. Get out of it. Off you go. Go on. Get out of it, rookie. Hey. Okay. You're not going to try and do that kind of nonsense, are you? Well, he can't now. He's got to go. Go on, back in your corner, in your basket. Off you go. Right, I'm going to do this. I've got 3 minutes. And an increment. I can still push these guys up. In some way, I'm sure. Can't easily attack that pawn. What are you doing now? Now, he wants to come here. That doesn't work. You can't come there. I'll take you. Oh, now you can. But then we trade. Taking. You haven't even got time to take the pawn because of this. You have to take back. I'm not sure what his idea is there. Oh, winning this pawn. Okay, well, I win this one. Don't think I'll be doing a road to 1700 speedrun this morning. Not in this state. So I'm still up a full bishop. My pawns aren't brilliant, but at least my king is happy there. I don't see how you defend this. You're attacking my bishop once. Oh, this is your plan. Okay. So he's taking advantage of the fact that this bishop is actually pinned. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to move the king onto this light square, unpin the bishop. Bishop takes here, just loses material. I'm about to take here. I'm probably going to... might stick my rook over there. Just take it out. Ah, that's a clever way to defend that. Okay. Alrighty then. Alrighty. Okay, we need to finish the job. These pawns are no threat to anyone, nor is this one. This is a dark square pawn, so maybe I should just whiz my bishop around. He might double attack this though. Oh, I'm not sure that helps your cause very much because it actually hangs this pawn. But then this. Oh no, then this though. And I defend the rook. I think he is trying to find some stuff here, isn't he? Can I just do this anyway or just take? If he does this, I come here. I think I'm alright actually. It's a clever idea. It is a double attack, right? He's got check and a discovery with one move, but I don't think he has a response to king e5. Oh, she's in everything. She just wants to chew everything and pick everything up because you're a puppy, innit? Yeah, I know. I know. But then Osama is young. Born January 73. He's but a child. He will learn. What? Feel the force flow through you. And she wants to lick everything. Ay, 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 ay. Right. Now he didn't know what to do. Okay, so bishop there. Right, bugger off, bugger off. Okay, what do we do here? What do we do? I need to improve my pieces. I mean, how I concentrate at all is just a miracle, you know. This still doesn't work because of this. I stick my bishop here, that pawn's going nowhere. I can bring this bishop around to put pressure on it. These two pawns, because they're doubled and isolated, can't ever defend each other. They can only ever be defended by pieces. This is alright, but I think we'll keep the flexibility. Oh. It's still my glove, and you're still not supposed to be playing with it. You have to go out for a walk, don't you, today? At least I think the rain stopped. See, now he's having to use loads and loads of time. See, his blunder where he lost the piece earlier on, he only took a few seconds. And now he's got heaps of time on his clock, but he's in a losing position. This is what we don't want. So I'm just, general plan, stick my bishop there, lock this pawn off. I can even throw in a check if I ever need to. You kill my glove, huh? Leave it alone. No, no. No, 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 no. And now he's having to, burn up all this time to try and rescue and find creative things. Okay, he's defending the pawn. I'll just stick this bishop here. Right? I'm going to move this rook. I'm going to push my d-pawns. So it's not about winning this pawn. He can summon 3 defenders. I can only summon 3 attackers, really, because my king can't get adjacent to it. Not easily. So that's not going to be my plan. My plan is just going to be... hello. I'll do that anyway. Now I've got my stuff on... Okay. Okay. Still only 3 minutes though. I can't exactly hang around. That's a check. And resigns. Finally resigns. Okay, well, good game, Osama. Let's grab it. Let's have a look. Not my finest hour for sure. And we're going to paste in anonymous like, and let's have a look at the review. I feel like I played 1200 there. Oh, it says 82 accuracy for me. Flip the board. So we got into a good position here. White was doing very well and then just blundered the knight. But white was definitely better, so let's just go through it. Okay, so this is a book move, and that's already a mistake. C3, contesting the center, interesting stuff. Or preparing d4 anyway. Okay, so I fianchettoed here, which is fine. Yeah, not g7, whatever. Okay. And that's a mistake. Right, okay, so f6, we thought it might be an inaccuracy. Best move was h6. Oh, that's a funny one. But distinctly better. Because I am actually threatening the knight twice. Now the knight has to move. Oh, or, ooh, that ain't pretty. Okay, well maybe there's something in this opening. Okay, so I do this. He retreats. That again is inaccurate. Defending also, developing, also preparing to castle. Didn't even consider that one, did I? Yeah. Now I played this move. Now it's not much better. Okay, he doesn't like this. This is okay. Trade ski. And we said trading was all right here. And now we trade, and now yeah, okay. So you know, we're finding the right moves, not immediately, but it doesn't like that. Well, this is odd, because if bishop takes... Oh, attacking the queen, of course. So from here, we're attacking the queen. He has to take, right? Let's say bishop takes. We take this. And now he's got a bishop under attack. Oh, yeah, okay. So from here, big pressuring, hitting the queen. Bishop takes on knight takes. Also, we're playing in the centre because our king is castled and white's is not. Interesting. Anyway, so that's okay. H6. Best move here. And now this was my mistake. So actually here I am slightly better still. But I just miscalculated. I missed the fact that his queen was also on that diagonal. And it's saying f5, opening up this bishop, which did struggle to get in the game. And that was just unnecessary and poor. Didn't need to grab that pawn at that point in the game. Now I'm slightly better. That's a great move. And that isn't. F5 again, opening up the bishop, kicking the knight with tempo. Ah, it's an interesting one. Do that and knight takes. We have a fork on knight and pawn. But we have a generally better position. Okay. Okay, so we do this. And white is, this is the point in the game where white is just better. Best move. It wasn't great using the bishop to do that. But then the blunder comes, and there we go. All right. Well, she's not going to let me do any more analysis this morning, eh? So what have we learned? Opponent played pretty well there. In fact, 79 accuracy. Opponent played like a 1600. And we're seeing this a lot. Players around the 1000 mark, when Stockfish doesn't know what their rating is supposed to be, and also maybe when they're playing somebody who is more accurate, they are forced to play more accurately as well. But I don't know. 1000 players shouldn't be regularly playing 1600. But, you know, like we say, the blunder came. The blunder came and then you just had to finish the job. So when you're at this level, yes, you need to play tight chess, as you do at every level, as tight as you can. Make sure your stuff is defended. Make sure you don't do one-move blunders like this. And always be ready for your opponent to make those blunders. We see it I've been playing 1500, 16, 1700 blitz as well recently. You know, those mistakes do come, they do happen. So not entirely proud of that, but you know, we got the win. 82 accuracy though, that's not to be sniffed at, you know. It is saying 1850 level. So, you know, I'll take that. Still room for improvement, but there we go. All right, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you later.